So on to National 2 North then, where it was a big weekend at both ends of the division, starting with that top of the table clash between Lymm and Leeds Tykes. Both teams entered round nine unbeaten with 8 wins from 8, but it was league leaders Lymm who prevailed with a 30-26 victory in front of a record crowd at Crouchley Lane, and scenes of jubilation there in the northwest, with Nathan Beasley ultimately sealing the win for Lymm 4 minutes from time. And what a story we have developing potentially in the northwest for Lymm. Last year was their first ever season in National League Rugby, where they finished 10th on 55 points, but they now find themselves 9 wins from 9, 45 points from a possible 45, so they could actually match last year's points total by the end of November if they're able to maintain this stunning run of form against Billingham and Wharfdale, respectively, over the next 2 weeks. But that is easier said than done, and I'm sure Director of Rugby Adam Fletcher and Head Coach Andy Davis will be thinking the same. But what I do know they're thinking is they are absolutely enjoying this journey that Lymm are on at the moment, and they're embracing this wonderful start to the season they have had. As for Leeds Tykes, they have more than enough quality, don't they, to bounce back over the next coming weeks from this defeat. But it is Lymm who remain unbeaten after that top of the table tussle in round nine. At the other end of the standings, Tynedale were able to get off the mark last weekend. It was a clash of the bottom two at Dormoor, but a hat-trick from Charlie Richards helped Tynedale defeat Sheffield Tigers 29-24 as Tyne ended an 8-game winless run. I mean, having played all of the top 6 in their opening 8 matches at Tynedale, this felt like a really important win for the North East club, who have an opportunity to build on that victory when they host bottom of the table Harrogate in round 10. So it could be a really big couple of weeks for Tynedale. So let's just have a look at the table then. And as we've mentioned, Tynedale face bottom of the table Harrogate in round 10, and they are 2 points clear of them as things stand. And as you can see, Sheffield Tigers are sandwiched in between them as well. So it's really tight at the bottom of National 2 North at the moment. At the top, Lymm have a gap of 4 points between them and the chasing pack after their win over Leeds Tykes. Just 6 points separating second and fourth now after Fylde continued their excellent form in round 9 with a 56-29 victory over Otley to make it 6 wins in a row. So on to the fixtures then as we hit round 10 in National 2 North, with league leaders Lymm looking to go 10 from 10 at Billingham. The hosts out to end the run of 3 straight defeats, but that feels easier said than done with the way Lymm are playing at the moment. And Hull might be in a similar boat. The Yorkshire outfit haven't won in 4 and face a confident Fylde outfit at home this weekend. But I know in the case of Hull and in the case of Billingham, both of those sides will be up for the fights, up for the challenge in round 10. Leeds Tykes versus Chester. The Tykes will of course be aiming for an immediate response this weekend. They have won 18 straight games at home, but 8th place Chester will arrive in Yorkshire in better spirits after last week's 39-19 win over Hull. Otley versus Sheffield Tigers. After such a good win in round 8 against Harrogate, last week's loss for Sheffield Tigers against Tynedale would have been a frustrating one for Jack Howerson's men. They go to an Otley side who have won their last 3 at Cross Green. Sheffield versus Hull Ionians. Since losing to Leeds Tykes in round 7, it has been a solid response from 3rd place Sheffield, and they'll be looking to keep that up against Hull Ionians, who will arrive at Aberdale Park after squeezing past Harrogate 25-23 last time out. As for Harrogate, an opportunity, as we mentioned before, for them to potentially claim a crucial win against table rivals Tynedale on Saturday. If Harrogate were to achieve that, that would be their 2nd victory of the season. But either way you look at it, it could be an important result for either one of these sides in the North East and could be key building towards Christmas. And finally, 5th take on 6th in the table, with Wharfdale hosting Preston Grasshoppers. Hoppers will make the journey to the Avenue off the back of a strong second half showing against Billingham in round 9, where 5 second half tries helped them to a 48-22 win.